Good evening and welcome to the Legends Edition News. I'm in the anchor chair tonight and it's an honor to guide you through the stories shaping our world, from the major developments driving global conversations to the moments making headlines closer home. Stay with us. Later in the bulletin, we will also bring you the top stories from the world of sports. This is Legends Edition News. Let's begin, but first, a quick look at the stories making headlines in tonight's bulletin. President William Ruto assures of equal distribution of development projects across the country.
Angalii mambo ya masomo. Hata kama hujaenda shule, wewe unataka kukula. Hata kama hujaenda shule na unaweza kufanya biashara, una qualify so long as you are within that category.
The youth are encouraged to tap opportunities in the Nyota program.
They're doing very well. Some of you have already received communication from my State Department. I am waiting for you to respond before we now go out to fagia ghost workers.
The public service to begin purge on ghost workers. Welcome, this is the Legends Edition. My name is Carren Kibbet and our sign language interpreter this evening is Lucy Mora. Now, President William Ruto says no region of the country will be left out in the rollout of national development projects. The president, who spoke while launching the construction of affordable houses in Ijara, Garissa County, also said if provided with irrigation water through building dams, northern Kenya and coast region will be the country's future food basket. Give us on minor reports.
Ijara constituency in Garissa County on Saturday hosted President William Ruto for the launch of Masalani Affordable Housing Project.
Na nia yetu ni kuhakikisha kwamba wananchi wanaishi katika makao ambayo iko na maji, iko na stima na iko na vifaa zile zingine zote. Mbali na kujenga hii affordable housing, nimeambia Wizara ya Housing watusaidie pia. Watafanya kazi na mbunge wa hapa na viongozi wale wengine wote wa hapa, tujenge pia madarasa ya watoto wetu.
The president using the occasion to assure all Kenyans, irrespective of the regions they reside in, of a fair share of the national cake, including roads and electricity connectivity projects.
In the plan to have 2.5 million acres of land under irrigation, 1.5 million acres of land under irrigation will be in northern Kenya and coast. So I want to tell every Kenyan that we will make sure that we turn every part of Kenya and harness their potential so that together we can grow our country.
The head of state also revealed plans to build a high Grand Falls mega dam in Garissa. The president saying northern Kenya has the potential to become the country's food basket in the future.
For a very long time, we have only used 15% of Kenya to drive our food security. It is time to expand from that 15% of Kenya that has rainfall to the rest of 80% of Kenya that has no rainfall, but we can store water, we can harvest water, and we can use it for matters irrigation.
He also officially opened the Yusuf Haji Girls Secondary School in memory of the late former Defense Cabinet Secretary and Garissa Senator Yusuf Haji. It is here that he threw his weight behind the management of the National Government Constituency Development Fund and GCDF by members of Parliament to boost grassroots development projects such as education. Give us in mind, Legends Edition.
Now, Public Service Cabinet Secretary Geoffrey Ruku now says the results of the just concluded by-elections indicated that Kenyans had rejected the politics of division in what appeared to be a swipe at Democracy for Citizens Party leader Rigathi Gachagua. CS Ruku said the United Democratic Alliance win in Mbeere North affirmed the Mountains region support for the government. Meanwhile, Youth Affairs and Sports Cabinet Secretary Salim Mvurya has cautioned the youth against being exploited by politicians in violence.
Speaking at Suneka Catholic Parish in Bonchari, Kisii County, Public Service Cabinet Secretary Geoffrey Ruku said it was clear from the results of the recent by-elections that Kenyans are against regional divisions for political expedience.
Mimi nimeona pale Mbeere North kuna mtu ambaye alikuja hapo na kifua, anajigamba, amepepo wahuni, majangiri, kutisha watu wasipige kura. Mimi naomba vijana wote wa Kenya msitikie kutumiwa kutisha wale wengine wasipige kura kulingana na vile wanataka. Wakenya wanataka maendeleo. Wakenya wanataka kujua utawafanyia nini. Masomo yao iko namna gani? Stima iko namna gani? Maji iko namna gani? Hospitali ziko namna gani? Ama namna gani? Ama mnataka kusikia mimi nimetoka Mbeere, mimi ni Mkisii, mimi ni Mjaruo, mimi ni yule mwingine? Hakuna anja. Ukabila aina anja katika hii taifa yetu ya Kenya. Haitasaidia mtu yote.
CS Ruku extended an olive branch to those who lost in the by-elections, assuring them that opportunities within broad-based government remain open in its commitment to serve Kenyans.
Najua sisi kama kina mama, sisi tunabeba mzigo mkubwa sana wa kijamii. Msiwe wa mama wale ambao wanasema SHA haifanyi kazi, sisi hatutaki maneno ya hii serikali, mnakataa kujiandikisha, si ndio? Tujiandikisha ndio any benefit that we get from the government projects, the government of the day, tupate hizo benefit. Ama aje?
Similar calls for peaceful politics were made by Sports and Youth Affairs Cabinet Secretary Salim Mvurya in Desta University.
When people don't have a plan, when they don't have an idea, they find something that can be dramatic. Unfortunately, that drama sometimes is on tribalism and ethnicity. It is upon the youth also to be very careful, because within this kind of environment, we also have few people whose dreams, whether political or economic, have gone down.
CS Mvurya called on Kenyan youths to grab available economic empowerment opportunities and shun political violence. Meanwhile, PLP party leader Martha Karua now says the opposition will hold internal consultations to decide their next steps following the just concluded by elections.
Sasa ujiulize, unataka nini kwa kiongozi? Unataka kasi safi au unataka pesa ya kupita ile itaisha uchaguzi ukiisha? Sisi kama upinzani tutaketi pamoja, we analyze what happened, we decide what we are going to do. Uchaguzi ukiisha haujaisha, iko koti, iko sheria inasema unaweza kimbiza mtu.
Karua was speaking during the burial of her party member Emisi Ganga in Matende, Malava constituency, Kakamega County. Gishoki Washira, Legends Edition.
Now, access to the National Youth Opportunities Towards Advancement NYOTA program will not be restricted by academic qualifications. Cabinet Secretary for Cooperatives and Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Wycliffe Oparanya said the program grants every Kenyan youth equal access as long as they are aged between 18 to 29 years old and up to 35 years for those living with disabilities.
Each cluster will be launched by His Excellency the President, and during the launch is when money will be dispersed to their phones. we are expecting the first installment. Thereafter, they will go for internship attachment to people who have experience in business for mentorship. After that, they will come back, they will undergo the same training. Lengo la serikali ni kuona ya kwamba kupitia ile bottoms up economic transformation, Wakenya wale ambao hawajiwezi wasaidiwe. Tukasema tunataka watu 70 kutoka kila ward Kenya mzima. Hakuna discrimination ya mahali popote, hatukuangalia wingi ya watu kutoka kila ward. Tukasema iwe uniform. Na unajua ward zingine zina watu wengi, haswa hapa Nairobi.
The government has embarked on efforts to eliminate ghost workers from the public sector payroll. Speaking during the 6th Human Resource Circle of Excellence Awards 2025 in Nairobi, the Principal Secretary in the State Department of Public Service and Human Capital, Dr. Jane Imbunya, said a communication to that effect has already been sent to several public institutions and the department is awaiting their responses.
The Principal Secretary for State Department of Public Service and Human Capital, Dr. Jane Imbunya, was the chief guest during the 6th Human Resource Circle of Excellence Awards 2025 held in Nairobi. She reiterated the government's commitment to eradicate ghost workers in the public sector.
It's just not an operation. We are saving our hospitals. We are saving our schools from collapse. We are saving that mother who's going to die in a maternity ward because the theater was not operating. Let us put that money where it belongs.
The exercise that intends to improve efficiency in the public service sector will be rolled out soon.
When I took over the State Department, I was told the payroll is untouchable. You don't touch it. But we did, and we are doing very well. Some of you have already received communication from my State Department. I am waiting for you to respond before we now go out to fagia ghost workers.
She further called on human resource professionals to build cultures that reward innovations by the youth and embrace artificial intelligence that will support workers and not replace humans.
You know the better, the digital superhighway. If you do not adhere and comply, you become a defaulty vehicle. And what will be put into your file? What will be put there? You are of no value, no significance, therefore you are set aside.
The Institute of Human Resource Management National Chairman Philip Odero said the Human Resource Management Council has approved a 100% waiver of all membership arrears accumulated up to and including the year 2024.
This means your slate is swept clean, regardless of how much you owe from previous years. Moving forward, members will only be required to settle their subscriptions for 2025 and 2026 to be considered fully compliant.
There's systems like the one that has been put by IHRM, like this one, where we recognize people who are doing good things. There are very few. We don't celebrate our heroes enough.
Tilio Marco for Legends Edition.
Now, calls for women to take a bold step in the country's leadership took center stage during the celebration of Phoebe Muga Asiyo's life and legacy. The memorial celebration held at the University of Nairobi's precincts saw women leaders friends and family pour tributes to an iconic lady and a trailblazer who endeavored to champion the rights of the vulnerable in society. A CEO who died in July 2025 is remembered for her input in public service as Kenya's first female senior superintendent of prisons and member of parliament for Karachuonyo.
Leadership organizations, friends and family of the late renowned leader and trailblazer Phoebe Mogasio converged at the University of Nairobi precincts in a special way to honor her life and legacy. Here, tribute painting a portrait of an iconic leader whose work spanned decades of public service, from championing women's economic empowerment to shaping child welfare laws.
As the first African president of Maendeleo ya Wanawake organization, she transformed a colonial welfare group into a powerful national movement that championed women's empowerment from grassroots villages to global policy forums.
For many, she was not just a leader, she was a vessel of amplifying the rights of the vulnerable in the society.
As the first woman to serve as a senior superintendent of prisons, she humanized a system built on punishment by introducing compassion, rehabilitation, and dignity into its structures.
Her children walked down the memory lane of a mother whose consistency defined her, and a woman of few words but firm and decisive action.
Yes, it may be challenging, but she believed that if we go step by step and day by day, we will be able to make a change. And that is why her motto was, "It is possible." Her story challenges all of us to stand firm in our convictions and lead with compassion and strength, and also to believe that it is possible.
Phoebe had a character, a cool character, being consistent, a good listener. She listened, she said very little, but whatever she said, it had an impact.
It is here that women were challenged to take a bold step forward in the country's leadership.
Let us not simply remember her deeds. Let us be inspired to action. Let us commit to being pathfinders in our own spaces. Let us support the African Women's Studies Center mission to bring women's voices to the center.
Among many other achievements, her CEO is remembered as Kenya's first female senior superintendent of prisons, the longest-serving chairperson of Maendeleo ya Wanawake organization, and a two-term member of parliament for Karachuonyo. John Kahiro for Legends Edition.
Now, women have been encouraged to take up leadership roles without fear, particularly in sectors where they remain underrepresented. The call came during the Athena Mentorship and Leadership Program, an initiative founded by the National Security Advisor to the President, Ambassador Dr. Monica Juma. The initiative aims to build strategic leadership skills among women professionals in fields such as security, diplomacy, energy, and technology.
The call for women to take up leadership positions head-on is gaining momentum, with renewed emphasis on equipping women with skills, confidence, and networks needed to serve in key decision-making spaces.
It was launched in 2020, but even before that, we had sessions of mentorship and things like that, but we decided, and it was in the midst of COVID, to launch it so that we can create a space where we can exchange experiences, exchange lessons in a way that improves the competencies and the leadership toolkit for women in the sectors where they were working in.
Since its inception, Athena Mentorship and Leadership Program has championed strategic leadership training, mentorship, and professional collaboration.
5 years on, we have created a community of more than 3,000 participants and alumni, women across all these sectors that are supporting each other, that are providing lessons to each other, that provide safe spaces, for women to engage and reaffirm one another as they take on leadership roles in the various sectors and institutions.
The government says it is committed to supporting such empowerment initiatives and strengthening pathways for women to rise to leadership roles.
Female gender is not being aggressive enough to even apply for the so-called or perceived difficult position. So it is the government intentionally having policies and guidance on how we can mentor the ladies so that they also grow up in those careers. They don't join and stagnate.
The media, too, has been encouraged to play a stronger role in shaping narratives around women in leadership and celebrating their achievements.
This is an opportunity to see where we can grow ladies and, mentor them to those leadership positions. When you join a media house as a lady, what normally happens, a lady and a man join at the same time. Then with time, the lady probably gets pregnant, gets a baby. They leave the media house. The man is still progressing in their careers, but we want to make it in such a way we'll have very conducive environment to ensure that these leaders, the female, or the talent in the female are brought up so that they can also take the leadership position at the same level with the male.
For beneficiaries, the program is not just about mentorship, but also a transformative experience that opens doors and builds confidence.
It's been an interesting journey because, of course, it gives you a very nice platform where you get to network, meet people of different walks. You learn new things, you meet new people that have gone through the same journey that I am currently on. They shed light, they give you they show you a certain level of ambition and show you that everything is possible.
Doreen Arange for Legends Edition.
Beautiful. Now, Doreen Arange's report leads us to a very fast short break right here on the Legends Edition. Don't go too far because I'll be back with more reports.
When the hills gave way in Marquette, thousands were left with nothing. But together, we can help them rise again. Join KBC in the Restore Hope, Restore Earth campaign, Unity in Adversity. Together for Marquette. Donate through paybill number 522533, account number 8036543, or drop foodstuffs and supplies at Marquette County offices. Every shilling, every tree, every act of kindness counts. KBC, bringing Kenyans together.
We will open a powerful dialogue on prostate cancer and the vital role that women play in early detection, support and recovery.
This is the frequency of passing urine. It can also cause, particularly during the night, the frequency can be more. Like difficulty in passing urine, any physical obstruction in passing urine. So these are the main signs and symptoms of prostate cancer.
I had a very supportive wife, very supportive family, my children, and very supportive employer.
Yes. Let us communicate as much as we can, because they will not, in most cases, men will not start a conversation about a sickness.
Being physically active, avoiding obesity, good diet, so reducing the red meat intake.
Got the fear of missing out? Want to keep up with all the latest entertainment news and latest celebrity gossip? From the latest rumors to popping events to the newest fashion trends, here is where you get all the tea or juice when it comes to entertainment, and you get it served on time. All that and so much more on Grapevine every single Monday only on KBC Channel 1. Remember, if you did not see it on Grapevine, then it most probably never happened.
Kwa kweli usi uchawi, ni talanta zinakuzwa.
kutaja umuhimu wa formula katika fasihi simulizi.
Inasaidia kuitoa athira kutoka ulimwengu halisi hadi ulimwengu wa hadithi.
Jadili changamoto zozote zile zinazowakumba waajiriwa kwa kurejelea hadithi ya harubu ya maisha.
Changamoto ya kwanza ni kucheleweshwa kulipwa mshahara.
Lakini mtu ambaye ana masomo utapata kwamba hategemei kazi moja peke yake.
Wingi wa sentensi. Mvuvi amemwona mwewe msikitini.
Wavuvi wamewaona mwewe msikitini.
Wavuvi wamewaona mwewe msikitini. Wapiga makofi.
Welcome back. For those joining us right now, this is the Legends Edition. Now, Africa is taking charge of its health future at the continent's first African Health Summit, bringing together African researchers, health policymakers, and other health professionals to chart a new path for the continent's health systems. Our senior health journalist, Marie Yambo, reports from Dakhla, Morocco, where the summit's goal is to increase regional collaboration in healthcare and training health professionals to strengthen governance.
Dakhla, Morocco. The first ever African Health Summit is underway. Delegates from across African countries gathered at the African Academy of Health Sciences for a high-level meeting aimed at redefining the continent's path towards health sovereignty and stronger regional cooperation. Speaking at the opening ceremony, Professor Younes Beju, Deputy Director, Mohammed VI Foundation for Science and Health, highlighted Morocco's leadership in steering ambitious health reforms he described as essential for achieving true regional health sovereignty.
The COVID-19 crisis profoundly transformed our understanding of resilience, whether in governance, public policy, or health security. This first summit marks the beginning of a collective movement to translate the aspirations of all Africans into reality, equitable, sustainable, and high-quality access to health services.
Also addressing the gathering, Morocco's Minister for Higher Education, Research and Innovation, Azzedine El Midawi, praised the region's strong alliance between institutions and pledged deeper cooperation with African countries, announcing that Morocco is ready to welcome more African students, especially in medicine, engineering and other strategic fields.
The first priority is strengthening cooperation with African nations. We have much to share and much to learn. Africa is the continent of the future. And like I said, what is good for Africa will be good for Morocco.
Professor Jaffa Haiken, senior advisor at the foundation, pointed out that the COVID-19 pandemic revealed gaps in coordination, governance and system resilience, noting that understanding disease trends and governance will ensure health services reach those in rural and remote areas.
What we have to improve is our capability to work together and to put our system in a way that is well organized, with a better resilience and the better governance, but from the local level. And we can learn from each other.
Professor Jean-Jacques Moyembe, a leading microbiologist, emphasized the importance of African-led research and disease surveillance.
The summit is very, very important because we are putting together all we know about the infectious diseases, and now we are observing the emergence of the old endemic diseases like diphtheria, and also the appearance of diseases that are transmitted by insects, by mosquitoes, and so on because of the climate change.
A key outcome of the summit will be the Dakhla Declaration, a renewed framework for South-to-South cooperation in global health. Across the African continent, infectious diseases like Ebola and Mpox continue to be a major cause of illness and death. And here in Dakhla, Morocco, health experts have gathered for the first African Health Summit to share knowledge and also strengthen collaboration in finding solutions to challenges facing the health system. Maria Yambo reporting for KBC Channel 1 in Dakhla, Morocco.
Thank you very much, Marie Yambo, for that report. Now, moving on, Public Health Principal Secretary Mary Muthoni has emphasized that Kenya's future depends on a skilled and innovative health workforce. More in the county's news wrap.
PS Muthoni, who graced the Nairobi Hospital School of Health Sciences 31st graduation ceremony, urged the graduates to champion for new solutions in a rapidly evolving sector.
The Ministry of Health is very much committed to digital health reforms, the interoperability of systems, and scaling up telemedicine. So we count on you to be the champions and to implement this innovation.
This, as the Technical University of Mombasa marked a defining moment in its history as it unveiled its first ever School of Medicine while celebrating the graduation of 3,281 students during its 12th graduation ceremony. Speaking during the event, Vice Chancellor Professor Laila Abubakar said the development aligns with this.
As a leading hub of research, TUM provides our students and staff with platforms, resources, and mentorship to reach high heights through initiatives such as the Pani Innovation Week, our multidisciplinary conference, and other national and international forums. Our community actively engages in discussions that advance sustainable solutions and drive meaningful change.
And youths have been encouraged to embrace technical courses rather than solely focusing on white-collar jobs. According to Penaina Ngina, the principal of Nakube Technical Training Institute, Kibbet courses are well aligned with the demands of the job market.
Quality of training is what matters to us. We want to bring out competent trainees or persons who will fit in the job market without any other retraining.
Elsewhere, Kenyan youths have been cautioned to be wary of politicians using them to cause chaos. CS for Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports, Salim Vuria, who spoke during the 5th cohort of President Fellowships and Chandaya Legacy Awards 2025, called on Kenyans youth to grab available development opportunities to empower themselves economically.
I want the youth also to be very careful, because within this kind of environment, we also have few people whose dreams, whether political or economic, have gone down. And they want to use the youth to inspire their careers.
Meanwhile, Mandera County has strengthened its efforts to combat violent extremism through a new training initiative targeting boda riders as frontline early warning champions. The training, implemented under the National Strategy for Preventing and Countering Violent Extremism 2025-2030, led by National Counter-Terrorism Center, focuses on enhancing community-based detection and reporting of security threats.
From the National Counter-Terrorism Center, we wish to tell the people of Mandera County that we are glad by their continuous cooperation with the government and for the efforts in establishing peace in this county and for continuously rejecting violent extremism.
Elsewhere, women suffering in silence from obstetric fistula have been urged to come out so that they can be assisted with medical attention.
I went through a lot of stigma, I went through a lot of shame, I went through pain. Today, we mark history in Kericho County. The county government of Kericho has deeply supported us to do this particular fistula awareness campaign to ensure that no woman with fistula suffers in silence.
Finally, the Cereal Growers Association has introduced agroecology in Laikipia County as a sustainable solution to help residents mitigate the impacts of climate change and recurring drought. According to Samuel Njogo, an official working with Cereal Growers Association, agroecology has equipped farmers with practical and low-cost methods of food production.
Some of the practices that we have been promoting is agroforestry, and where we are promoting a diverse range of tree types, some of which can be used for livestock fodder, others can be used as shade, and others can be used as sources of energy.
Let's now take a look at what's making headlines in the world of sports. Now, Thomas Omoli's sole goal gave Tusker FC a 1-0 win over Marashiga FC in a Football Kenya Federation Premier League match that was played today. The Brewers netted early in the 12th minute and moved the team to the 4th position on the Premier League table. Elsewhere, Sofapaka settled for a barren draw with APS Bomet.
Marcelo Ching anaitia fataki uzuri, ilikuwa na kasi kule na mpira ulikuwa hujapaa, unabusu nyasi tu. More Kibbet.
Manake mimi nilikuwa na press high, na wakati alitoka huwezi press high na less players, ika result into me playing low. So na tukicheza low ilikuwa bado tutoke na counter na bado tulikuwa tuna numbers juu. So hiyo red card ndio imenimesana, but tuna hope next time tutajaribu kuna vile kuweza kuongelesha wasio wanapata red card za kijinga kama hizo.
Angalia uwanja pia imekuwa opponent kwetu, because kuna chances tunapata opportunities za kufunga, lakini kuna uwanja ni telezi. Uwanja ni telezi sana. Ukiangalia opponent amepata red card second half ikianza, haimaanishi sasa watakuwa ni wanyonge. Ukiangalia after hapo hata wame create chances.
Moving on, Nairobi United head coach Salim Ali has assured fans that his team will not disappoint at home as they face AS Maniema Union of Democratic Republic of Congo in the CAF Confederation Cup group match tomorrow at Kasarani Stadium. The team will be seeking a comeback to winning ways after losing 3-0 to Wydad Casablanca in their opening group match. Frederick Moki has the details.
Debutants Nairobi United have vowed to come back to winning ways as they'll be playing in front of home fans when they host their Congo's side AS Maniema Union tomorrow. Head coach Salim Ali has exuded confidence with his charges ahead of the clash.
If you work very simple in how you approach the game, then I think lastly it's the tactical discipline that for us I think is something very positive.
The Nairobi boys are in Group B and will face Zam FC after they lock horns with the AS Maniema Union.
As a team, tuko na goal ya kufika quarters. So tunajua kwa group stage ni either 1 or 2, but tunajua any position between the two lazima tutamake. So mafans wetu wako ready kutuona quarters.
The top 2 teams from each group will advance to the knockout stages. Frederick Muki for Legends Edition.
The national women's soccer team Harambee Starlets will face Algeria in the return leg of their 2 friendly matches tomorrow in Bildad, Algeria. Starlets lost the first friendly match 2-1 on Wednesday and will hope to go one better in the second match, especially after scoring first on foreign ground in the first game. With Algeria currently ranked 80th in the FIFA Women's World Rankings, the matches are an important test to starlets in their preparations for the 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations. Now, starlets secured their ticket to next year's continental tournament after registering a commanding 4-1 aggregate win over the Gambia in the final qualifying round. The 2026 Women Africa Cup of Nations will be played from 17th March to 3rd April in Morocco.
تلعب وراء جنبه توزيعه ولكن التغطية الدفاعية حذرة من غزال الحذاري حذاري حذاري حذاري.
From the Kenya Medical Research Institute, Kemri, in Kilifi County, where scientists are conducting a study on neosepsis.
So investigating the new combinations and also comparing them to the currently used combinations for treating babies who have sepsis.
We recruit babies who are between the ages of 0 to 28 days.
If we incorporate these medications that have already been researched on, but we just want to see how they work in units, maybe the time of being in hospital will be reduced and we can reunite the families back home earlier.
Join us this Sunday as we talk about neonatal sepsis.
Welcome back to the Legends Edition Sports. Now, Austin Maina is the 2025 Predator Freestyle Kenyan champion after showing a breathtaking combination of athleticism and creativity with the ball. Defending champion Hazel Selassie was once again crowned the female champion.
In one of the best battles in Kenyan freestyle football history, defending champion Austin Maina went head-to-head with Oliver Raya in a nail-biting final. Maina did the unbelievable and took his second Predator freestyle title in style. The freestylers amazed the crowd, especially Awad Abdul, who skyrocketed to his first Kenyan championship podium finish. Awad proudly won the solo battle stage by edging out his opponents one by one to reach the quarterfinals.
For me, I'm expecting to compete in the World Finals, probably next year, if it's possible, and also Super Bowl, to go to Czech Republic and perform.
Held at the National Archives, the women's competition was also competitive and left Anna Karu in third position behind defending champion Hazel Selassie, who took the title again after beating Royal Commander, who settled for second position. Hazel was elated to be the undisputed female freestyle champion in the country for a second year in a row.
Too much pressure, I got a bit nervous, it got the best of me. I just managed to try and stay calm, and I'm glad it has worked out. But yeah, I can say not my best performance, but I'm glad.
The Predator Freestyle Football Championship and qualifier for the World Freestyle Football Association Championship returned to Nairobi with a lot of new faces.
This edition, we had more participants, we had more spectators. As you can see, so many people showed out to come and see what we were doing, and they were very excited and they interacted with all the fans. So for us as Predator, our pillar is football. Football is our pillar. So we want to bring football to consumers in a different way, and so we feel freestyle is a very good way to do that.
From a record 22 freestylers, 17 male and 5 ladies, the competition featured an intense one-on-one battle format where the country's top freestylers clashed to determine the champions of the male and female categories.
On, Kenyan Ruth Jepchumba Bundatich has been named the 2025 World Athletics Woman of the Year. Receiving the award from World Athletics, honoring her outstanding leadership, commitment to the athletes' development, and exceptional contributions to the growth of women's athletics in Kenya and beyond. Now, according to World Athletics, Bundochich's work with Ikaika Sports Agency and Adidas Running has helped create a sustainable and supportive pathway for emerging talents, ensuring young athletes, particularly girls, are empowered both on and off the track. Her tremendous contribution to the growth of sports among girls has been recognized, having produced stars such as world 10-kilometer record holder Agnes Ngetich. The World Athletics of the Year and Rising Stars will be announced at the award ceremony scheduled for Monaco tomorrow. The Men's Hockey League served up high drama today, with USIU securing a hard-fought victory over rival Strathmore University. USIU's Brian Ongeche broke the deadlock in the 16th minute, giving the hosts an early advantage as they pushed to control the tempo of the game. The goal proved crucial, helping USIU take a 1-0 lead into halftime. After the break, Ongeche struck again in the 41st minute, completing his brace and reinforcing USIU's intentions to walk away with all 3 points. Strathmore's Juma Annan offered a glimmer of hope for his side, pulling one back in the 47th minute. But despite a spirited fight, the comeback fell short and the match ended 2-1 in favor of USIU. In another league action, MSC edged the University of Nairobi with a similar 2-1 scoreline. Kisiwa Polytechnic defeated Daystar University 35-34 in the Men's Kenya Handball League match today at the Nyayo National Stadium. Cereals thrashed NYS 42-23 in the women's division.
Mosokwako and Yusuf Pwako were the standout players as they scored 12 and 11 goals for Daystar and Kisiwa Polytechnic respectively, as Kisiwa went on to secure the victory. In the women's division, Cereals got the better of NYS as they won 20-11 and 22-12 in the first and second halves respectively. Meanwhile, Deputy Chief of Staff in charge of delivery and government efficiency, Eliud Owalo, today presented playing kits and balls to both Makunga FC and Shikomari FC, while joining the family and friends of the late Austin Makamu Odor Origi at their Makunga home in Kakamega for his first anniversary memorial service. Owalo was accompanied by, among others, John Bobby Ogola, Washington Muhanji, Morris Ouma Oletun, Tony Lidonde, and Peter Dao Omuga. Owalo also received from the Origi family an Ostrans FC shirt with Austin's famous Gor Mahia and Harambee Stars number 6 inscribed on it. Sean Muya for Legends Edition.
Vincent Onyala and Anthony Omondi are back to the Kenya National Rugby 7 squad for the upcoming 2026 season. The team under head coach Kevin Wambua has been in training for the last 2 months after conclusion of the 27th edition of the Safari Sevens and are now preparing for the HSBC Sevens 2 kicking off in February 2026. Former Sevens captain and director in charge of the National Sevens team, Humphrey Kayange, says the hosting of the Sevens 2 tournament will give Kenyan players a chance to compete and perform in front of the fans who have been the heartbeat of Kenyan Sevens for decades. Kenya will host the first leg of the Sevens 2 tournament on 14th and 15th February 2026. Now, the 2025 World AIDS Day Half Marathon will be held tomorrow at Nyayo Stadium, with the first race being the 10-kilometer wheelchair race, commencing at 6:30 a.m. The race will then be followed by the 21-kilometer race, set to begin at 7 a.m., then the 10 kilometers, 5 kilometers, and 2-kilometer races to follow. This year's edition has attracted participation of over 8,000 participants. The 21-kilometer race winner will pocket 250,000 Kenya shillings, while 100,000 Kenya shillings will be awarded to the top finisher in the 10-kilometer race. Wheelchair 10-kilometer race winner will also pocket 100,000 Kenya shillings. Now, the half marathon is a flagship national event promoting active lifestyles, solidarity, and commitment to ending AIDS. And finally, in sports, over 100 athletes from 8 counties stand up for the annual Magnolia Athletics Camp trials at the Kimana Primary School in Kajiado County. The trials were used to select 10 female athletes ranging from sprints to long distances who will benefit from academic scholarships and specialized athletics training at the Kajiado-based camp.
Athletes from 8 counties stand up for the annual Magnolia Athletics Camp trials used to select female athletes to benefit from academic scholarships. The athletes who attended the trials ranged from 10 to 17 years old, with the selected set to join the over 40 athletes in camp.
The journey has been good. We've managed to nurture good girls. They've been competing in almost all athletic Kenya meet. And this year we managed to get one girl into Kenya team. The under-20 Kenya team that went to Nigeria. And we also have girls who have been competing in East Africa primary and secondary school competitions.
The camp is targeting to send a strong team for the national trials to select Team Kenya for next year's World Under-20 Athletics Championship in Eugene, United States.
If they will be succeed here, and then if they be able to go to the Kenya team, that's our one thing. If they are performing good in the school and then performing very good in athletics, we'll try get them to the colleges.
Athletics Kenya supervised the trials, with stakeholders calling on the Kajiado County government to construct a modern athletics training track to support many budding and elite athletes.
When you talk of development, I think as Athletics Kenya, we are very good at it because we have what we call the weekend meets, and weekend meets go to almost every county within the country, and the major purpose of taking them to the various counties is to make the local people to be able to attend.
AK reaffirmed its commitment to support grassroots development of the sport, but cautioned athletes and parents against engaging in age-cheating malpractice. The one-day trials attracted athletes from Machakos, Makueni, Elgeyo Marakwet, Uasin Gishu, Narok, Kajiado, and Kisumu counties.
Nairobi United FC will host AS Maniema Union of the Democratic Republic of Congo in a crucial Group B encounter. The highly anticipated showdown will take place at the Moi International Sports Center, Kasarani, on Sunday, November 30th. This will be Kenya's first ever home group stage match in the history of the Continental Club competition.
This match, he's punched it into the path of waiting defenders. This time he's great on his line d'or.
Securing 3 points at Kasarani is essential for Nairobi United to wipe out the deficit from their opening loss, climb out of the bottom half of the standings, and keep the ambition of progressing to the knockout stages well and truly alive. Catch this match on Sunday, 30th November from 4 p.m. live on KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner.
Today we have decided to bring our guests, Jackie and Jason, to Uhuru Park for the first time because their love story has to be written here.
My name is Jackie Nganga.
So my name is Jason Kamoyo. Honestly, even now as we speak about how we met, She does not even remember how I looked. That's the thing.
I had a crush on him when I was in class. Bruno Mars songs. So he came wearing like Bruno Mars. He was.
So she tried to connect me to other friends.
Yeah, I was attracted to bad boys, these guys that have dreads. I get pregnant and me but in prison. Of course. We ran away from church.
Yes, you did.
I went down on one knee and nikamwambia, will you marry me? It was very simple.
Kwa giza. Don't be afraid. I love you for 1,000 years.
Welcome back to the Legends edition. Now, 3 people have been killed and several others injured following coordinated livestock raids across 3 areas in Meru County. Meru County Commissioner Jacob Ouma said a joint General Service Unit and National Police Reservists team was dispatched to recover the animals. During the pursuit, an exchange of gunfire ensued that left a herder and 2 NPR officers dead.
Jana tumevamiwa na wezi wa mifugo, wakatuvamia wakachukua mifugo yetu, wakaua watu wetu 3 na wengine kadhaa wamejeruhiwa. Na wale 3 wameuawa, 2 ni National Police na NPR, the National Police Reserves.
Ningependa kuhakikishia wananchi ya kwamba licha ya uvamizi wa jana na mambo mengi, porojo nyingi, vyombo vya dola vya usalama viko ange. Tuko tayari na tutapambana na changamoto yoyote ile. Tunajua kwamba msimu huu tunapoelekea Disemba, majambazi wanakuwa na nia kubwa sana ya kuja kuchukua mifugo, na sisi tumeweka vitengo vyote katika hali ya tahadhari na wote wako katika maeneo mbalimbali kuhakikisha ya kwamba usalama umedumishwa.
Now, there is need for more investment in traditional medicine to expand the country's healthcare options. Harriet Botanicals Director Harriet Kibbet said investment backed with policy support in traditional solutions would greatly complement modern healthcare and broaden treatment options for Kenyans. She was speaking during the 2025 Top 100 Executive List Awards in Nairobi, where her company won the second runners-up position in the product design and innovation category.
It's a humbling moment for us where they have recognized that Harriet's Botanical has really risen their ranks, such that we're able to bring change to people's lives. And as we do so, more people have embraced people have gone the herbal medication way.
This award is for every sector. So, and we encourage more people from a different sector to apply, no matter which sector you are in. Just apply in August next year, 2026. Thank you.
I want to thank the organizers for this event and just to...
Now, finally, institutions of higher learning have been challenged to embrace innovation as a key driver of academic excellence and graduate preparedness in a bid to keep pace with the rapidly evolving job market and emerging global trends. Now, speaking during the KCA University's 19th graduation ceremony in Nairobi, the institution's Vice Chancellor and CEO, Professor Isaiah Wakindiki, insisted on the importance of innovation-driven education, which is core in shaping graduates who are not only employable but also capable of steering societal change. His sentiments were echoed by the chairman of the Varsities Council, Sitoyo Lopokoyit, who at the same time reaffirmed the body's commitment to maintaining strong governance and academic integrity in the institution. At least 3,286 graduates from various programs across 4 learning faculties were conferred with degree and diploma certificates.
Degrees you hold today are not just credentials. They are tools of service to society. Innovate boldly, elevate consistently, and impact deeply. The world awaits your brilliance. Go forth, make us proud, and be the change that we've been waiting for.
I see before me change makers who are ready to create a lasting impact in our communities. We have partnered with industry, have helped and will continue to help these graduates to assess jobs and to assess places of work immediately they live here.
Thank you for staying with us tonight. That's all we had for you right here on the Legends edition. My name is Carren Kibbet. Our sign language interpreter this evening has been Lucy Maura. Do not go too far, because right after this short break, Bridge Over Congo by DJ Salim will be here so that you can get entertained this evening. Good night, and I'll see you next week.
Uchungu anakuanga nayo mingi usiku na bado uishi. Nasikianga uchungu ule unaita uchungu mwingi kabisa. Ndio unaona mtoto alikuwa anajifanyia kazi na alikuwa ananisaidia. Sasa hakuna kitu anafanya, ni kulala tu. Kuna wakati nilikuwa nimefika mwisho. Nikasikia sasa hata kukufa naweza kufa. Lakini Mungu alinisikia. Naomba hii mashida yote napitia na kijana yangu, mkitusaidia tafadhali.
Tushinde.com. Cheza safe, cheza smart. Gambling is addictive, not for persons under the age of 18 years.
Sasa kwa star 419 hash uko na game mpya. Tushinde spin corner. Simply spin. Kisha ngoja, na kwa entry moja unaweza angukia na uspin hadi mara 3. Na ikigonga 25,000 na kufikia instantly. Cheza spin corner sasa hivi kwa star 419 hash option 4.